guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're here in New York for the national media event of an SUV many of you, including this guy right here, we've been waiting for. This is it. This is the return of a famous name, but in an all-new wrapper. This is the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. But before we get into this full-size luxury SUV from Jeep, let's talk about what's going on here, Jeep. They are just a bunch of gangbusters, man, because they are bringing some new models to market, new technology with the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, but they're also going back to their roots and taking the name Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer and bringing it back to the forefront. Now, Jeep has not had a full-size SUV like this, especially such a rich luxury base. So this vehicle is really meant to go up against, you know it, you guessed it, the Lincoln Navigator and the Cadillac Escalade. Very interesting because those are two other American luxury producers, luxury vehicle producers in the auto industry. This would even go up against, if you want to do German, a BMW X7. Now, Jeep, celebrating the 80 years of building vehicles, wanted to make a Grand Wagoneer that not only had those luxury touches, but also had off-road capabilities. So there's a lot of surprising things that they brought to the table, technology-wise, especially when we get into the interior. So what I want to do is, I want to find out, is this the king? Is there a new king to crown with full-size luxury SUVs with this Grand Wagoneer? And I want to try to compare it to one of the big heavy hitters, the Lincoln Navigator. Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Grand Wagoneer and find out. Right off the bat, the styling. It's crazy because remember, we brought to you the concept of the Grand Wagoneer late last year, and they really brought a lot of styling touches. When we started the front end of the business, here's what we got. Full LED lighting. You got your projector beam LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and the style mimics perfectly what the concept brought. Love this nice aluminum style trim that goes all the way around the headlight housing, and they did a great job to keep things on the smaller side to kind of tone down the size of this full SUV. Now, as you drop down, you're going to get the separated LED fog lamps. Love all the little intricate touches, nice details. They didn't try to make this area look like a fake vent. They just gave it a nice texture design, and there's some more of that aluminum style finish. Working your way all the way to the bottom, you're going to get this metallic gray, which I think works perfect with our particular white Grand Wagoneer. Now, of course, being an official Jeep, you are going to get those tow hooks. Those are going to be perfect to yank the Navigators, the Escalades, and everybody else out of the mud, the snow, and the sand. But nice to have those nice shiny bits at the front that are fully functional, welded to the frame. That box frame, body on frame construction, really going to make this very, very rugged. Now, as we come across the front, on the Grand Wagoneer, you're going to get some unique, distinctive touches. And don't worry, we also have the Wagoneer coming as well, but on the Grand Wagoneer, especially our level 3 model, we have the Wagoneer name. They took it off the hood, brought it to the top of the grille. You got that iconic 7-slotted grille. On this level 3 trim, you're going to notice the bronze finish that outlines all the letters there. Very, very classy touch. We have a forward-facing camera, nicely mounted in that grille area. All of this is fully functional, and you have such great detail. Look at the detail of the inside perimeter area of each of those 7 slots. Keep working your way down. There is some gloss black, nothing too crazy. You do have night vision, of course. That new technology that we brought to you on the Grand Cherokee L is, of course, on this Grand Wagoneer. Keep working our way down. Love this nice aluminum finish. And then, like I said, those massive tow hooks. It looks aggressive without being too over the top, which is wonderful. Now, when we get up onto the hood, they actually took some of the design cues. Remember, Grand Wagoneer and Wagoneer have been around since 1963, model year 1963. So they took some of that styling of the hood. I love the way they kind of folded down to sit right above the grille area, like that original Grand Wagoneer. Back portion, you're going to get some nice gloss black design. It isn't functional, so we are gonna zonk that. But from an aesthetic standpoint, looks great, and we have a nice bulge to the hood because we got Hemi power underneath the hood. Now, as we come around the bend, look at the nice smooth surfaces. All the way around, what do we have? Massive 22-inch wheels. Now, you're gonna have options. You're gonna have options of wheels. Starts with an 18 on the Wagoneer. You can work all the way up to the 22 on this level 3, Series 3 trim. Love the aluminum finish. Look at what they did. This beautiful, almost looks like a hand-sanded casting on each of these inner bits all the way around. The Wagoneer name, looking classy. And like I said, 22-inch wheel. You got standard 4x4. Gonna get the traction to the ground. And if you're wondering what's the size of this, you're looking at 285 on the width and a meaty 45 series sidewall. We have that traditional fender opening of the Jeep products, and I'm so glad they went full body color on all the fender treatment. Of course, we're gonna get that Quadra Lift air ride suspension, and this is an upgraded version that has that adaptive quality, that active adaptive quality to adjust the compression and rebound damping, so this just soaks up all the bumps very nicely. Now, continuing down the side, love the hard body lines in the fender. Nice fender flare there. You're gonna get the Grand Wagoneer name perfectly placed on the doors with the American flag. That's paying tribute to where the Jeep brand first started. And one thing I also think is so smart is the high belt line that they did. It really gives it unique proportions. I know a lot of people were saying, well, that looks like a Yukon, that looks like a this, look at that. You gotta see it in person to really get the full effect. On this Grand Wagoneer, you're gonna have those electric dropping running boards, very nicely done, plus the suspension within 7 seconds drops a little bit as well when you go to get out and into the vehicle to help with that. And they actually quickened up that process from about 13 seconds, they knocked it down to 7. Color matched on the mirror caps, we have our 360-degree cameras, great size with some of that trim and the LED turn signals. I love the way they have some of that aluminum finish along the bottom of the door, both doors, front and rear. And then look at how they did that beautiful trim from front to rear. Look at how they did the bright, shiny metalwork around the window openings. Very, very unique the way it follows along the bottom and then curves back up. They did everything that they could to kind of make this as thin as possible. Strong, but also thin to really open up the glass, the side glass. You're gonna get that two-tone style, the black roof with the white. Spot on the money. Love the way they did the details in your roof rails. Nice aluminum finish with a little bit of gloss black to match with the black roof. But you can see how I was telling you with that bright, shiny metalwork, it follows perfectly around each of the pieces of side glass, but yet it flows down the side of the vehicle as well. You're gonna get color matched on the door handles with just a little bit of black on top. And then working our way towards the rear, you can see how they just enlarged that rear quarter window. And I'm glad that they ended it. I'm glad they didn't bring it all the way to the edge. I think that would kind of make it blend in with the rest of the competition. And if you're comparing this to the Navigator, think about it. Up front, we got a much smaller grille area. We have softer curves, but yet still that muscular look. They did a great balance, whereas with the Navigator, at least in my eyes, it's a little bit more just enormous looking the way that they did the body lines. The attention to detail, spectacular. Now, as we come around the back, my favorite part is that they actually did a different setting with the taillights. So you can see how we have our LED taillights, brake lights, nice clean design, some of that aluminum trim, style trim they brought. You're gonna get your series, look at this, really, really nice setup here where you're gonna get that Quadra Drive 2 system on our level 3, the Grand Wagoneer badge. Normally, I'm not a big fan of just emblems stuck on, but they did such a great job here, really setting it off, makes it almost pop right off the back of our Grand Wagoneer. What's interesting, doors are aluminum. This rear hatch is composite to help shed some of that weight. We have the bright, shiny metalwork around the rear glass window. Very unique design. Integrated the third brake light. Obviously, we can't do much with the rear wiper, so I can't zonk it because there's no actual roof spoiler. I kind of like the style of just taking the roof, curving it down We have that digital rear view mirror technology. Wait until we get inside with all the other technology that we have. And then of course, working our way all the way down, you're gonna get that Series 3 badging, looking really clean, nothing too obnoxious. See that texture design? Just adds that little extra something. And then all Wagoneers and Grand Wagoneers come with a Class 4 hitch setup for towing that's welded to the frame. So nothing bolted in, and you have that nice cover to just cover all those bits up. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see the Hemi that's underneath it. Guys, pop the hood open. We have hydraulic hood struts. Forgot to mention that there is even a washer to show that off-road pedigree. There is a washer for that front-facing camera. But what do we have underneath the hood? We have naturally aspirated V8 power. If we're comparing this to the Navigator, remember the Navigator uses the EcoBoost engine, that V6 twin turbo. We have the 6.4 liter V8. Look at the touches. This is what they're trying to do with the Wagoneer branding here. Extra touches underneath the hood, born in America. I love that rather than it just saying built, because it really shows the pride that Jeep puts into their Grand Wagoneers and Wagoneers. But look at that pride underneath that tasteful engine cover, 6.4 liter V8. Now, if you think they just pluck the Hemi, the 6.4 liter out of their other Mopar products and just drop it in and don't do anything, that is not true. This one has been specifically tuned for the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer, so you're looking at 471 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 5.9 seconds. MPGs are around 13 in the city, 18 on the highway, and the weight of the vehicle comes in at 6,420 pounds. Now, they did do tweaking to the air induction system, the intake, and the exhaust system to help generate the proper amount of power in the proper areas. Love, like I said, seeing that tasteful engine cover, all the inner bits. You know you got that V8 power. I think that that was something that when we did the concept vehicle, everybody was hoping and praying and rubbing their little lucky rabbit's foot, which I think there's a rabbit over there, hoping that the V8 is here. Well, guess what it is? Let's fire it up and hear the rumble. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Grand Wagoneer Series 3. Wow. That's all I can say. If you have not said wow yet, I don't know. Have you been watching? Because it's about to happen now. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at Navigators. I like them, but there's just a lot of dated material and technology on it. I can't wait to see what's inside of this Grand Wagoneer. But how much is it? Well, basically, when you go Grand Wagoneer, all of them are going to be 4x4 automatically equipped. Starting MSRP for a Series 1 is around $86,000. Starting MSRP for a Series 3, which we are in, is $103,000. Our particular one has been optioned up to $109,980. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Absolute exquisite materials. This is an all-new color interior called Blue Agave. Soft touch material that's real wood finish, classy without being too gaudy. I'm glad they didn't put a shiny veneer on it. You're gonna get all your seat controls located up top. And when I say seat controls, we're talking about 24-way adjustable seats with massage functions. Look at that beautiful stitch work. And like I said, the Blue Agave, absolutely stunning. You got the Macintosh sound system pumping out 1,375 watts of power. Love the speaker grille cover, especially the way they did the Macintosh name that's backlit LED, and then they carry the trim all the way down the door panel. Nobody else is doing that, especially in this segment. And then that door pocket down there, not only one meatball sub, but 2 foot-long meatball subs. Get extra parm and a nice bottle of IBC root beer to wash it down. Now, when you go from the door panel to the dash, you're gonna see the first of over 70 inches of infotainment screen in here. Soft touch material. This is the driver focus center. It's a little over 10 inches, 10.25 inches. They could adjust it very nicely. They could go through the different features and functions. Look at the way they took the Grand Wagoneer name. You're also gonna get ambient lighting. Roy G. Biv all day. Roy G. Biv, all the different colors. The silver trim is great. Even the way they did some beautiful silver trim where the handle is for the glove box. There's that soft touch material. And then we started with 10 inches. We're gonna go a little bit more. 12 inches of infotainment. What I love about it is not only the large size, but it's nicely integrated. Not like the Navigator. Uconnect 5, very intuitive with navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. On the Series 3, you're gonna get a little bit of this bronze trim that just matches with the stitch work. So wonderful. And they actually took the flow of the design to mimic what was on those original Jeep Grand Wagoneers. Now, when it comes to touchscreen capability, you could go into your different apps here. Very, very easy to use. One of my favorite features is gonna be the fam cam. Look at that. You have kids, especially if they're teenagers and they're dating and you're driving them around, God bless you, first of all. Second of all, now you can see who's keeping their hands where. Or if you have little infants in car seats, you could see the face of a reverse car seat. That's how great that technology is. We're not done yet. Say you had a very hard day at work, the kids are driving you nuts, you got relax mode. We have the seaside ocean looking really clean. If you don't want seaside, check it out. You could do fireplace, really nice, kind of just allows you to create such a unique experience. This Grand Wagoneer is all about the experience, and you get the ambient noises. And then when you want to go back to home, it's easy peasy. We could just hit that home button and get right back. Let me show you reverse real quick. There's your backup camera. Great resolution on the camera quality. You got your 360 camera action going on. Nice touchscreen, of course, all the different angles. Forward-facing camera, out the back. Look at how clear. I could actually count how many blades of grass, and there's actually a little bug right there. That's how clear everything is. And then you just put it right back in the park, and look, we're right back home again. It's that simplicity that makes this system so awesome, so amazing. And then there's the navigation once again. But wait, there's more. You got ventilated seats, heated seats. You could even do different zones with your ventilated and heated seats. Of course, a heated steering wheel. We have a very, very tasteful start-stop button. Now, I am gonna zonk this silver trim. They should have took some of this silver trim and put it around, but you do have the Blue Agave with the stitch work. But wait, there's more screens. Now you're gonna have another large screen, fully touchscreen for your AC controls. But the great news is, if you don't like touchscreens, they did use the most popular functions for AC, and they actually have switchgear and actual volume knobs. So don't worry about there not being any actual knobs and buttons, but you have your full adjustability for your seats. You can put on your massage setting, the whole 9 yards. But wait, you like Mission Impossible? You like James Bond? Live the dream, baby. Look at that. Secret compartment, wireless charging, and then of course you're gonna get 12 volt, 2 USB-Cs, 2 USBs, and even another pair, plus the HDMI port, all set up. And then just like Mission Impossible, dun, 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 dun. Nice. Touches like that gonna separate this vehicle. A little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. They did a great job with your rotary knob to control that ZF, that TorqueFlite 8-speed automatic. This is where you're able to raise and lower your Grand Wagoneer. Remember, you have 10 inches of ground clearance. We got our different modes. I'll show you more of that when you come to your business side of things. More of that beautiful wood. Open up the door. What do we got? 2 massive cup holders. There's your Grand Wagoneer. Number 10, that's us. We are a 10 out of 10 here on Raiti's Rides. Flip it around, remote start. You can play your red horn all day and pop the rear hatch. Look at that. Look how seamless this is. More Blue Agave, super soft. You need to get to something quick, bam. You got your felt lining. You can put your iPhone 42 in here with a USB-C and a USB and then close it up. Are you ready for this? Get ready for it. Boom. You have a lockable cooler storage area. So we just really loaded up on the drinks because we got plenty of Twinkies for this awesome event here in New York. And then the seats. Look at this. Series 3, the stitch work, the piping, all the work they did was so spot on. Blows the Navigator out of the water. And this Blue Agave really gives it a nice modern feel to it. Microfiber, Alcantara style material up top. You want the sunshade open? One touch. Look, Mom, no hands. Goes all the way back for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close it. And then one more thing before you go. Hello, we got a digital rear view mirror. Great resolution, great quality. And you got your oh crap handles with the stitching. Talk about raising the bar, but yet keeping that Jeep family connection there. Come over to the business end though. I want to show you behind the steering wheel of this Grand Wagoneer. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. You have 2 memory seat settings. There are those electric dropping running boards, very nice touch. And you're going to be greeted to not only one Wagoneer sill plate, but then they took the Wagoneer here and they turned it into Grand Wagoneer to remind you every time that you get in and out that you went big in the luxury SUV segment. The stitch work is great. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. I love the height of the center console here. And then the steering wheel. It's electronic tilting and telescoping steering wheel, but they took a design from the past, from the original Grand Wagoneer, that single horizontal bar, but they did it right. Look at the horn button with the stitch work, the wood trim, easy to get to switch gear, and then all of that beautiful color. Flat bottom wheel with a little bit of aluminum trim there, and then you want 12 inches, you're getting your 12 inches of visual pleasure there on the dash. All the information and readouts nice and large. Look at that. It's a cornucopia of information and displays as you scroll. Plus you got the night vision and you also have a 10-inch head-up display. They went big with the screen size in this Grand Wagoneer, but you know what? Let's get to the mid-row and see how spoiled your passengers are going to be in this 2022 Grand Wagoneer. All right, guys, we're in the mid-row, and I'm telling you, this is insane what they've done. Look at the passenger door. All of the great detail work, the wood trim, the silver finish, the stitch work, that Macintosh speaker system, and a door pocket where you could get another 2 12-inch meatball subs for your passengers. That shows all of the great space use in this vehicle. You're gonna have AC vents built into the frame rail there. Love the way they did that with your grab handle. That could be your oh crap handle or your grab handle to pull you in. And if you thought that there was enough screens already, we have more. 10-inch monitors for both passengers back here, and the first time that you get Fire TV through Amazon Prime. You got your Netflix, your YouTube, you can watch Raiti's Rides, HBO, the whole 9 yards, all stored, plus the kids can play their games off the back. Love the finishes that they did. Nice size pocket. Put some chocolate chip cookies back there, maybe some Oreos, and then you're gonna have rear AC vents. The Grand Wagoneer, look at that, no stone unturned. Grand Wagoneer name with the trim, USB-C and USB, and 12 volt, and home power source. Tons of connectivity, but we're not done. I have my own screen over here. You get your wireless headset. They got remote control, panoramic sunroof, all the speakers. Oh crap handles here, and another size screen. So we got another 10.25-inch screen. This is for your AC for the rear seats. You can adjust your blower fan speed. You got heated seats and ventilated seats. 2 cup holders, more wood trim, more Blue Agave. Watch this, boom. We have felt lining. You can put your peanut M&Ms in there. You won't scratch your nuts. That's a good thing. And get ready for this. Boom. You can literally put your sign football by Tom Brady. Super Bowl champs. Buccaneers, drop that in there. Remember, Tampa Bay, we got the Super Bowl, we got the Stanley Cup. You can fit the Stanley Cup in here. That's how much room there is. And there's felt lining. Seats, look at the beautiful texture, the materials. It is an electric button. You just hit that to move the seat forward. And then, talking about moving seats, look at this. You ready for it? This is what you want. We do have slide. And what else we got? Recline. All we could really need is just massage seats back here. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the third row and see if they forgot about the passengers that are going to be back there. Where's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides? He's in the third row of this Jeep Grand Wagoneer. And talk about a grand slam. 1, 2, 3 rows, and there's tons of room for everybody. Remember, I'm 6 feet tall with that new multi-link independent rear suspension. Look at my legs. It's like I'm sitting in the middle. It's like I'm sitting in the front of the vehicle, but we're in the back. We have that fam cam. Camera's built right here to see what's going on. And I love the way they did not forget about the third row. Beautiful quality with the agave blue. All the piping, the perforated, the stitch work, just like everybody else. Plus, you're gonna get nice soft armrests with the stitch work and USB-C. USB, we'll show you more of that when we get to the cargo area because we'll be able to get a better angle. But watch, you ready for it? You actually get a little bit of a recline on the third row. These are things that the Navigator is just lacking. 1, 2, 3, but why don't we go ahead, let's get in the cargo area and see how much stuff we could haul in our Grand Wagoneer. Time to get into the cargo area. Now what's awesome is besides class-leading passenger volume, you're also gonna get class-leading cargo volume and then one more other thing. But let me go ahead and open it first and show you. So you're just gonna push the button. Nice electric assist, opens up on the quicker side. You're actually gonna get class-leading lift over height. So what that means is this has the lowest cargo floor of the competition compared to the Navigator, compared to the Escalade and everybody else in this luxury full-size class. But why don't you come in, take a look at what we're having here. With the third row up, you're looking at over 20 cubic feet of space with the seats up. On the driver's side there, you do have that Macintosh subwoofer with the very nice MC touch in there. 27 cubic feet. That's the exact cubic footage of this third row area with the seats up. That's phenomenal. A lot of people want to know about carpet. Great carpet quality on this Grand Wagoneer, that Series 3. And then you can see we have our switch gear to fold the seats down and a 12 volt. Just be careful you don't stick your Twinkie in there. Underneath the cargo floor mat, you are going to get storage space. So you could put at least 7 boxes of Twinkies, which is going to make everybody happy, including you on those longer family trips. And to put these seats down, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. One touch buttons. Look at this. Nice electric assist. As those are going down, check out what the third row passengers get. A lot of times they get just hard plastic back here. They actually get soft touch material, cup holder, Skittles tray, USB-C, USB, and your AC vents, and some beautiful trim to look at. Like I said, a lot of times on the competition, they just get hard plastic, no connectivity. You're looking at 71 cubic feet of space now on the back side of the business. And then on top of that, you're gonna go ahead and we could then fold even more down. That is your class-leading cargo space right there to just allow you to have that functionality. Now, I know you're ready for some on throttle. I am as well. We gotta honor Jeep's embargo. That driving footage in a totally separate review is gonna hit August 16th at 12:01 a.m. Here's what you wanna do. August 15th, which is a Sunday, just stay up all night. And as soon as the clock strikes 12:01, watch it and get that awesome driving footage. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's wrap up this Grand Wagoneer. All right, guys, it's been a very up close and personal kind of time with this 2022 Grand Wagoneer. First of all, I gotta thank the great people at Jeep. Jim, Kristen, Ron, Amy, Chris, Mark, the list goes on and on. So awesome of them to get us access to this vehicle that many of you have been waiting for. Remember, set your alarms, mark your calendar, get the sundial out, make sure the planets are aligned. August 16th, 12:01 a.m. What you need to do is just go ahead and stay up late Sunday, August 15th, make it an all-nighter, and the best way to get yourself to sleep is to have some experience with us here on Raiti's Rides, and then you can worry about sleeping. So I would just stay up on August 15th and just watch the video right at 12:01 a.m. But technically it's August 16th, 12:01 a.m. Set your clock for the full review with the on-throttle action. Let me know what you think about this Grand Wagoneer. Is it checking off those luxury full-size SUV boxes for you to where you would go this route over a Navigator? And is it the king of luxury SUVs? Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click that first link in the description. Become a Raiti's Rides Patreon member. You get to see behind the scenes stuff. Click the second link. You can get yourself some Raiti's Rides on-throttle merch. Gotta give it up to the queen of the camera, muscle behind the lens, getting it done no matter what state we're in, no matter what continent we're on. Show Lori some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.